Hello, Amanda. Nice
Hello.
to see you again. So, we are really curious to know a little more about how your passion and your dream led you to do what you love every day. Can you tell us a bit?
Oh, yes. My passion was always to create and to make things and to find a way to make what I needed or what I wanted. And being a designer and a surfer, it just came natural to me to create something that made me surf better, more comfortably, but also um, that looked good. So I designed surf suits, and I figured that was my passion because I combined two of my strongest love that were for surfing and fashion. So that came out very naturally. But I never thought that that could become a business. It was more of a hobby and more of a, okay, I'm gonna sew myself a suit and then go surf in it. But little by little, it became a job, and now we have 10 employees, and I still can't believe it. But it definitely came out with a lot of work and strength because nothing is easy, and a company is definitely a big responsibility.
So, how long has it been that you have your company?
6 years.
Okay.
Yes.
And can you tell us a little bit the brand, how you are planning to expand it, and what are your next issues? I mean,
That's the tricky part. We don't plan in becoming very big. We would like to keep the size and a similar size to where we are right now. I don't believe that to succeed you need to make a ton of money or to sell out to major companies. We like to find a balance, the right balance with the perfect amount of employees that we consider family, and also a less impactful way in the world to create a product. So finding the right balance of how many suits to put out there, and the economical balance of supporting the company and each other. So yeah.
can you tell us a bit about your issue about producing but being in a responsible way?
Yes, so until now, we've been sewing all our suits in Los Angeles and in Orange County, pretty much like an hour away from where our office is and where we surf. And that was a decision from the get-go to see who was sewing our product, and to me it was extremely important that I could talk to the persons that were there and that I could see what they were doing, because I believe that the product would suffer if I just sent it overseas and be like, oh, copy this one, make it like this way, and then not really putting and transferring the energy of who is sewing the garment. I keep doing them there, but I also believe that at this point of how we are and the size, we need to produce and support other countries as well if we can. So I'm trying to figure out if there is a better way to producing, for example, in Brazil, where we are right now, or in Asia for other markets where it's possible to maybe help out women who sew garments. Like mostly like 60 to 90% of the garments are sewn by women, and we make a product for women. So I would like that circle and that connection to be also in how we make things. We also source fabrics. They're less impactful. This MPO, sorry, I'm speaking three languages at the moment and I'm a little confused. We use recycled fabric, so all our prints are printed on fabric on recycled PT made out of recycled plastic bottles. The solids are made from ECONYL, which is a nylon produced from post-consumers and post-consumer goods, and also fishnets. And then we also use cotton that is upcycled from other cuttings. So we're trying to source fabrics that are less damaging the environment. And now I believe that the technology and the sourcing out there is much more aware of the problems that apparel manufacturing causes. So there's definitely more opportunity, and it's easier for smaller brands like us to be able to use these materials.
Great. So it's not only to be beautiful, but also to respect the nature. That's the
Absolutely, to
thing.
be conscious in the way that you make things, for sure.
So Amanda, how does a young mother and creative spirit like you, with a relatively new and successful business, deals with all
It's
the,
hard. It's
the
very
the
hard.
constraints and
Yes,
issues?
it's very hard, but I'm really lucky. I have my wonderful mom who's helping me when I go on trips to shoot, for example, our campaign. But it's definitely hard to juggle a way of being present with my daughter, but also show her that it's important to work and to work for your passion. So to me, it's extremely important to show her that. And she's also one of my source of creativity, which I believe is the key for problem solving and to make things in the best way and to make them successful. Creativity as problem solving, as source of energy. So creativity is pretty much the key of every success and better living, I believe.
Give us an example of how your 4-year daughter is a source of creativity. Something that
Well, her
recently happened.
imagination is mind blowing. Like every game that she does, is extremely creative, and also she's a pretty skilled artist, and we're trying to explain that she can draw and they can become textiles, and we are creating a little line of her drawing and making patterns out of it. Any what else?
Could it be also that you decided to do a kids line and you had this wonderful muse?
Absolutely, absolutely, yes. We last year we started a collection for 6 months to 4 years old, and also a girls line 8 to 14 years old. And to me, they are, of course, they are the future. So we need to give them space to play in the water, but also be protected from the sun and to be able to play comfortably in the water. So I created a line specifically for my daughter, but now I'm aware that there is a big market out there, and it's important to give space to them as well. Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much, Amanda.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.